Lisa and I had our first kiss after our first official date, which I didn't really know was a date at the time. But we went to see The Lion King in 3D, which we thought was Lion King 3, but it wasn't. It was just a regular Lion King, so it's kind of pointless. And then we went to Longo's on Lakeshore in Menor. Lisa actually picked me up for the first date. And then outside of my parents' house, near her car, is where we had our first kiss. I would definitely say, from my recollection, that I initiated the first kiss. I was walking her out to her car, saying goodbye, and just kind of went for it. It was pretty natural, so I would say that definitely was me. Our first "I love you," I think it was me, and I did it over a text. I don't really remember the context, but it was pretty early on in us talking to each other. So, but it was definitely me. My favorite thing about Lisa is probably there's two things I'd say. First being that she definitely likes to goof around and joke around a lot. I always say she thinks she's in front of a live studio audience with her dramatic, joking statements. So that's probably one of the things. And then the other would be that she always is keeping me in check and trying to make sure I'm becoming a better person. That's a good quality to have, and definitely one of my favorite parts about her is that she's always looking, at me and making sure I'm a better person. So that would be the other thing. I knew I wanted to marry Lisa probably about within a year of dating her. I wasn't exactly sure when because we were so young at the time, but just the way that our relationship had gone and how fast everything moved and how naturally everything went, it was probably within the first year that I really knew that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with her. I'd probably say Lisa's favorite thing about me is just when I play and hang out with all of her nieces and nephews. I know that's a big part of her life, and was kind of an adjustment for me at first, but now it's, like I have 30 nieces and nephews, so I think that would probably won't be, if not her favorite, one of her favorite parts about me. I'd say that the thing I do that gets under Lisa's skin the most, there's a long list here, but I'd say whenever I say something dumb or that she wouldn't necessarily like, I say just kidding or I'm just joking afterwards, and she hates when I say that after everything. So that would probably be the number one. Her worst habit is probably continuously eating things like ice cream and cheese and sugar, anything that upsets her stomach. She continues to eat them until her stomach hurts, and then she proceeds to complain to me afterwards. So I would say that that's probably her worst habit. Lisa's celebrity crush, I don't really know any of the actors' names or character names, but it would probably be one of the male doctors on Grey's Anatomy because that's the only show she watches like every day. So I'd probably pick, I don't know their names, but one of those doctors on there. Her favorite late night snack is probably all the things I mentioned in her bad habit that make her stomach hurt. Basically, ice cream, dairy, sugar, anything that's going to make her stomach hurt. She loves that as a late night snack. So I don't really have anything in her wardrobe that I would necessarily get rid of. Usually she wears her shoes that are probably $5 when she bought them. She usually wears them until the bottoms are falling off of them. So probably whatever shoes she wore today, get rid of them because they're probably falling apart. If Lisa could get rid of one piece of clothing from my wardrobe, it would definitely be my tight jeans. She hates when I wear those. They really accentuate my beautiful legs. And she just thinks they're too tight, but she doesn't know it's in style. So yeah, my tight jeans. Lisa's biggest pet peeve is when she can hear people chewing. That's it. I don't really know too many times that Lisa was embarrassed. I'd probably say one of the most embarrassing things I think that Lisa's done would be riding a bike around the Outer Banks in North Carolina, completely wasted. She rode down a main road that was way too busy for her to be riding on, and then she fell off of the bike into someone's front yard. Just that whole scenario that day was pretty embarrassing. But I mean, other than that, there's not too many things that I can think of that she would say is her most embarrassing moment. If we won the lottery, I'd probably say that Lisa would buy a large amount of property, a nice farmhouse, and some goats and chickens and whatever else that she would probably end up making me take care of to fulfill her farmhouse dream. I always say I'm sorry first. It's been that way since we started dating. It takes her at least 24 hours to cool off before she apologizes, but I am always the first one to apologize right away. Poop. The one thing she says, it's not really one word, but the one thing that she says that always makes me laugh is "that's what she said."